Yes. Thank you very much, Liam. Thank you. So Liam's kind of our principal engineer on the team. He's done some incredible work to stop us having to do the same thing over and over again. And ultimately, that's led to us being able to try to carry on achieving our ultimate goal, as John on our team would love to know, that we never want to have a ticketing system. We don't ever want someone to have to come up to us in their office and we say, have you raised a ticket? Raise a ticket. We don't ever want to get to that point. So we're trying to keep the human-friendly element. Now, we're working at a ratio of 1 to 780, so we are very, very close. We can't do that by ourselves. So we need some partners to help us on that journey as well. So first of all, why did we decide that we needed a partner to help us out with our IT at Monzo? So we're a small team of 5. Not everything can be scaled by scripting, automation, development. There's manual processes, there's laptop ordering, there is distribution. We have, I think 40% of our staff are remote workers. We have to deal with support, ordering, returns, everything to these people. Those processes don't scale. So we needed somebody to help us out with that. For example, I think a good example, when I joined, John and Litch, we used to buy our hardware directly from Apple. They used to let us down, frankly. And I can vividly remember John and Litch running down to the Apple store on Regent Street to buy 10 or 15 laptops on a Monday morning. It's great when you got 10 or 15 staff. When you got 50, yeah, it's not quite so good. So we needed to sort that problem out. Our resources are highly constrained. There are only 5 of us plus 1 engineer. It only takes 1 person off sick to really stretch us to our limits. So we need to have resource to call on when it's required as well. And lastly, we aren't subject matter experts. We call ourselves generalists at Monzo. We need to be experts in scripting, automation, access control, CCTV, networking, 30 SaaS products, Mac OS, Windows, Unix, Linux. All these things, like, we know a little about a lot. And sometimes we need advice from subject matter experts to help kind of guide us in the best direction. So what do we need from that partner? We're not the easiest people to work with. We're a high-growth startup. We change our mind 10 times a minute. We go forwards, we go backwards. We needed someone really dynamic. So these are the things we were after. We wanted a small, dedicated team that was really an extension of the TechOps family, some people that we know very well, that we see regularly, that we see as one of our own, people that we can really rely and depend on. We need a reliable supply chain, because when we need 10 widgets, we needed them probably a month ago, and we'll tell you we need them now. Comfortable with ambiguity and limited direction. Again, we're growing so fast. We kind of know what we want, but equally, we'd like some guidance. And sometimes we want to work with people that are all right with working with us in that way. And probably a real, sorry, go forward to you there, a real innovator and a disruptor in the market. I know that on the team, traditional IT vendors, you know, you will email them, you will fax them a PO, they will eventually send you things. You have to talk to them on the phone all the time. We haven't got the time to do that. So we wanted to find some new ways to work with a different vendor. And we've been really delighted to be working with a company called Novatech, who are based in Portsmouth, to achieve those goals. And we wouldn't be anywhere where we are today without their support. So how has this changed things for us? How are we working differently now that we're engaging more directly with a third party to help us out? Total automation of equipment ordering, zero touch. We weren't great as a team at getting laptops ready in time for a Monday, because we've got 1,001 other things we're doing supporting our users. Now, via the API, which Novatech have kindly developed on the back of our specification, laptops arrive on a Monday morning and they're assigned to the right people on our MDM platform, and we just hand them out and they turn them on and they boot up. It's fantastic. The right specs are ordered. We like to give our employees choice, and as we've grown, we hit a real turning point where maybe if someone wants a US keyboard machine or something different, we're like, actually, no, we can't do that anymore. But having Novatech on board has allowed us to maintain this real element of allowing people choices to the peripherals and the hardware they get given. We also do get things like Novatech will physically asset tag all our equipment for us. They supply us the serial numbers. It goes into our asset management systems before the stuff arrives to us. So we literally hand the box out on day one. It's fantastic. Also, our staff can now remotely and directly order their own equipment. And again, that takes us out of the loop. It frees us up for other things that are more important. Novatech also have a remote managed warehouse for us. So again, we have a giant array of stock that we give out to our staff. Now that's managed remotely for us. We have a lot of equipment that takes a long time to arrive in. And again, we would go out of stock and suddenly we've got new starts and we can't give them the equipment they want. Novatech manage all our stock levels for us. They make sure we've got everything available, even items that are lengthy build times. It's just all taken out of our hands. And direct customer service. So the last thing we really want to be doing is someone gets given a keyboard, it doesn't work. We contact the supplier, we arrange for the collection. We become this middleman and we don't need to be there. So with the partnership we've been developing, our staff have direct contact links to customer service in Novatech, again, removing us from the chain. They're fantastic at dealing with things. We don't need to be there. And this is Monzo's branch in the box. So 38 Finsbury Square, the office that you are in now. We moved here 6 or 7 months ago. We were a team of 4 people. We've all got skills. We can run data cabling. We can install CCTV. We can get AV working. I chopped the top of my finger off. I think you chopped the top of your finger off. Yeah, we bled a lot. We didn't want to bleed anymore. So we thought, actually, do you know what? We're getting to the size where we cannot cable up a 9-story building anymore. So we thought, how can we do this differently? And we thought we'd get some experts in to do the work for us. So we are opening a new office in Cardiff next Tuesday for 300 staff. And we've not done very much at all. It's been fantastic. So again, with the trust between the two companies, we've really developed a blueprint for what Monzo needs for a new office. And we're now at the point where we can say, hey, we're going to open a new office for 150 people in location X. Make it work for us. Well, we turn up on day one and it's all done. For us, it's amazing. No more chopped thumbs. And again, it's just enabling us to scale in the way that we'd like to. And yeah, a relationship of implicit trust and support. And I'd implore all of you, if anyone here is working in a startup and you are engaging with suppliers, please talk to them, make friends with them, become best friends, because they are one of the most valuable assets that you can have. We're not great at everything as individuals, so leverage the things that you're good at and outsource the things that you're not, because as you're growing quickly, sometimes it's difficult to scale your employee base to support that. So I think that's the key takeaway as a team that we've been working on.